one last video, at least for a while. I'm on a roll. There are a couple of other vaccines that you will be offered, perhaps actually pressed really hard for you to give to your dog. You and only you can make the decision about whether you do that or not. So you need to do a little bit of research, right? This is you need to step back and make a conscious, aware decision of whether you're going to give your dog the lepto vaccine and the canine flu vaccine. The lepto is a big deal, y'all. That's a serious illness. It is generally treatable if you catch it early enough. And that's a big if, right? So you have to make some assessments as to whether you are in an environment where your dog is exposed to that virus. And, a lot of times it's in creeks and puddles and wildlife and things of that nature. The vaccine itself, I'm told, is not a full year vaccine, though that's the frequency at which we give it, right? It's really about 8 to 9 months of protection. So there's a period of time that your dog might not be protected from the vaccine anyway. So again, do a little research on your area and the actual risk of exposure to that virus, and then make a decision about whether you believe the immunity boosting efforts you have are strong enough to keep you from making the decision to give that vaccine. I no longer do. I did for a number of years. It was really when I started stepping back and seeing the health decline of some animals in my dog training business, and a couple of personal dogs that had, one died extremely young, one had some behavioral issues, and me learning as much as I've learned led me, for my dogs and my environment, to say, nope, not going to do that one, right? Some of you may decide that you need to. And again, you follow the same protocols that we talked about earlier of supporting the kidneys and the livers and the immunity system and all at vaccine time, right? The other is around the canine flu, which is similar to us taking the flu shot, right? What we know is that it does not protect against everything. Right? Doesn't protect against everything. But we also know that when we take our dogs to dog parks, competition sports, dog shows, that's a competition in my mind, which is why I was confused. Anyway, when they're exposed to a lot of other dogs that we do not know their safeguarding habits, right? We may be putting our dog at risk. So again, we have to step back and say, is that a risk you're willing to take? Is your immune system strong? Are you confident in that? And is that enough for you to not take on those vaccinations? Again, nobody can advise you as well as you can do the research. Talk to your vet, of course, right? They're going to tell you you need it. A holistic veterinarian may tell you with a little more guidance whether your environment is at a higher risk than others. But you've got to really make that assessment and that understanding for yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. We are not looking at a situation where, essential oils are not here to treat or cure or prevent anything. That's not what this is about. They may help us support, they may help us keep the body as healthy as possible so that it can do its job efficiently and effectively when it is exposed to something. But that does not mean we will prevent becoming ill at exposure. We don't know. So again, do your research, evaluate risk in your environment relative to your overall dog's health and well-being and your goals for wellness and natural support. That's all you can do, is make that decision for yourself. That triggered a thought that I was going to share, and it escapes me right now. It'll come to me, and I'll come back with a video later. So anyway, do a little research, make a smart decision, do the very best you can, and go from there. That's all we can do.